GeoGofer is LizardTech's upcoming product that I'll be releasing later this summer that gives you a very easy tool for searching and managing your aerial and satellite imagery. And what we found is that a number of organizations either have new personnel that are coming online or don't necessarily have a database expert in-house, and they really need an easy way to find the imagery for their projects, either on their local machine or on their network. So that's why we introduced GeoGofer. Now, GeoGofer is built on top of ArcGIS Online, so one of the first things I need to do is log into ArcGIS Online. And what ArcGIS Online is storing is actually the database of where all my imagery lives. It gets stored as a feature service, so it does use ArcGIS Online credits. You can take a look at our website. It'll give you more information on how many credits you can anticipate using, but it's worth noting the imagery itself still stays on your machine, on your network. It's just the database gets stored in ArcGIS Online. So what we're looking at here is the basic interface for GeoGofer. Up here I have some navigation tools, a home view, an area I can zoom to, things like that. Down here at the bottom, these are all the images that I have imported. You can see there's about 2,100 of them. And you can see their name, their path, the date they were imported. If I scroll over, you can see their file format and their file size, so on and so forth. And what I can do is I can start querying that imagery to find the images that I want. So for instance, if I click our Build Query tool, here I have a lot of different criteria that I can use to search for the imagery that I want. So in this case, maybe I want to look for images that are greater than 10 megabytes in size, and I have other criteria I'd like to search on as well. So for instance, I want images that are multispectral, so I want them to be greater than 3 bands, and I can even take that one step farther. I can search for a particular format. Maybe I want to search for a particular bit depth. For instance, I'm looking for 16-bit imagery. And so what I can do is I can start stringing these things together into a very simple query that I can then use to find the imagery that I want, and I can also save that query for later use. So for instance, if I wanted to save this for later for a project that I'm working on, I could very easily save that, and when I do that, it's actually going to appear here on the left-hand side under Queries. So let me cancel out of this, and what I'll do is I'll go to a saved query I have called Oregon. And when I click on that Oregon query, you can see that there's 145 images that are in that area, and if I zoom in, I can start seeing the footprint of those images as well. Actually, let me turn the clustering off. There you can see the footprint for the area of interest that I'm working with. And if this was the imagery that I wanted for my project, I could select them all. And then I can right-click on them, and I can do a couple of different things. Maybe I want to open these in ArcMap. I can do that directly from GeoGofer. I just right-click on the imagery, select Open in ArcMap, and it'll open in my Esri application. Alternatively, I can open them in GeoViewer as well, and GeoViewer is LizardTech's free application for working with imagery, viewing imagery, just a simple, lightweight image viewing application. If I wanted to, I could export this imagery as well. So, for instance, let's say these images are located all over my network. I've got imagery from 2005 that's on my Z drive. I've got imagery from 2012 that's on my Y drive. I want to combine all of these together and, let's say, put them on a portable hard drive that I'm going to take out into the field. I can do that very easily here just by making a new folder and exporting that imagery out. To add new imagery, it's a very simple process. Let's jump back out to our home view here. I just go to my Import tool, and what you see is I can drag and drop files and directories. I can also manually click on them here, so let's add a file here. This is image of King County in the Seattle area from 2009. And you can see I can add more files and directories here if I wanted to. So for instance, I may just want to add my C drive. I may want to add network drives. Doesn't matter. I can do all those sort of things. I can also tag this imagery as it comes in. So for instance, this is going to go on YouTube. So I can create a new tag called YouTube. And what I get here is a name. This is going to be for the YouTube demo, so I can use that as a description. I can even save it as a query for later, which will make it pop up here on the left-hand side. So let me click OK. And I'll click Import. And you can see down here on the left-hand side, it's actually performing the import. And once this completes, that imagery will be available for me to look at on my map up here. So now I can go to YouTube, and you can see it zooms right in to where that image is. And again, I can right-click on this, open it in ArcMap or LizardTech's free GeoViewer application, or export it to another location. I can also start looking at other image tags as well. For instance, here's all the imagery that I've selected as Seattle. So you can see there's a very large data set. And you can see even with data sets that are hundreds of gigabytes, if not terabytes in size, which this Seattle data set is, it's very, very rapid to import that data, to work with that data, and export it to the location I want to work with it. So we're really excited about GeoGofer. It's going to launch later this summer. It's going to be priced at $250 per seat, so it's very inexpensive, lightweight, easy to use, and it'll be a free trial available once it launches. So stay tuned, and hope you enjoyed this, and you'll be using GeoGofer soon.